Welcome back to the Deep Dive. If you're trying to navigate the absolute chaos of the winter transfer window, all the shock moves, the loan deals, the whispers about summer, you are in the right place.
Definitely.
Okay, let's unpack this. We have a stack of sources here detailing everything from these, high-profile, risk-laden decisions to the quiet, strategic acquisition of future stars.
And that's really our mission today, isn't it? To pull out the key signals from all this reporting, because we're really covering two main timelines here. First, you've got the immediate high-stakes January window where, panic and ambition just collide.
And then the other side of it.
And then the other side, the long game preparation for summer free agents, locking down youth talent months, sometimes years ahead of time. It's all about separating the signal from the noise.
So we have to start with the biggest headline, the one that speaks directly to that collision of ambition and risk.
N'Golo Kanté.
Exactly. The story of N'Golo Kanté's potential return to European football. Our sources are all confirming that Fenerbahce submitted a formal offer.
A formal offer to sign the 34-year-old World Cup winner from 𝗙𝗵𝗀𝗃.
In the Saudi Pro League, yeah.
And this is more than just a headline. I mean, this is a declaration. The Turkish Super League title race is really heating up, and this move, it signals Fenerbahce's aggressive intent.
And the reports we have, they're not vague.
Yeah.
We have the initial push from 𝗪Ｈ𝗫𝗀𝗃𝗀𝗃, who is, Turkey's top transfer journalist.
And then you have Italian insider Matteo Moretto confirming that the club is, and this is a quote, fully committed.
And that commitment isn't just talk, is it? The sources explicitly mention that senior Fenerbahce officials,
They flew out there.
they actually traveled to the region to meet Kanté's representatives. That's not just testing the waters.
No, that's just, they see this as the absolute linchpin of their mid-season strategy.
So why now? What's the context here?
Well, it makes perfect sense if you look at the coaching. This is the clearest signal yet of an aggressive rebuild under Domenico Tedesco, who took over in September.
Right after Mourinho.
After Mourinho. And Tedesco is known for demanding high-level technical control in his midfield. They already made some smart winter moves with Guendouzi and Musaba.
And those paid off, right? The Turkish Super Cup.
They paid off immediately. But Tedesco wants more. He wants that specific world-class engine and that experience. Kanté provides a tactical guarantee that very few others can match.
But when you say guarantee, there's a huge asterisk, isn't there? I mean, he's 34, he's coming from a league that's historically slowed players down, and his injury record is patchy at best.
That's the gamble. That is the crucial question. They are betting that his experience and his immediate impact will outweigh the physical risk.
So it's a short-term bet.
It's a win-now move, pure and simple. The sources suggest the offer is structured to, maybe mitigate some of the wage costs if appearance targets aren't met, but fundamentally they are betting on him being fit enough to win them the league now.
That focus on immediate impact, it leads us perfectly into another major permanent switch happening in Italy.
The Giacomo Raspadori saga?
Yes, and this deal really highlights the immense power that players hold in the modern game.
Oh, absolutely. We have confirmation that the Atletico Madrid striker has chosen Atalanta over Roma.
And what's so fascinating here, the part I can't get over, is that Roma had a deal.
They had a deal locked down. The clubs had agreed on the whole loan with conditional obligation structure. It was done.
And yet the forward himself, he just put the talks on hold, vetoed it.
And this is a perfect case study in player agency. Raspadori was prioritizing a specific footballing project over just, the biggest name on the table.
So what's the draw with Atalanta?
Well, while Roma is obviously a massive club, Atalanta has this amazing reputation for developing players, and they can offer a clearer, maybe more enticing path to regular minutes and a better tactical fit.
And the cost reflects that it's a permanent, immediate solution. Gazzetta is suggesting around 22 million euros.
And Sky Sport Italia puts it a little higher, closer to 25 million. Either way, that's a significant investment for Atalanta.
But it's for a player who actively wants to be there, which makes a huge difference.
It does. And if we pivot slightly from these immediate high-cost fixes to strategic, high-quality future fixes, you see some incredible forward planning at clubs like Lazio.
You're talking about the Alfonso Pedraza deal.
Correct. Pedraza is 29, a Villarreal youth product, one of their leaders, and Lazio has already secured him as a free agent for next season.
Which is just brilliant resource management.
It's fantastic. He turned down all renewal offers at Villarreal, which gave Lazio the opening to get a high-quality, established player without paying a single euro in a transfer fee.
And that frees up capital for other positions in the summer.
Exactly.
So that move, locking down a free agent for the summer, it's a great transition to the main mechanic of the winter window, which is loans.
The tactical fixes.
Yeah, the tactical fixes. Let's start with the Spain under-21 left-back, Rafael Obrador.
Obrador is a great example of a player who just realizes he needs guaranteed minutes right now. He's pushing for an immediate exit from Benfica.
Because he's not getting the playing time he needs.
Not at all. And he's reportedly welcome to switch to Serie A, specifically Torino, because for a player trying to get into that U21 squad for a summer tournament, this winter window is his one critical moment to make a move.
Then you have clubs using loans for a different reason, to sort of mitigate the financial risk. Fiorentina is a perfect example. They're closing in on a deal for a 29-year-old Leeds winger.
And this is where it gets really interesting, right? The contract structure is key. It's a loan, but with a purchase option worth 10 million euros.
So if they like him, they can keep him.
Yes, and the crucial detail is that if they exercise that option, a full 3-year contract until 2029 is already agreed upon. It's all pre-negotiated.
So they get a 4 or 5 month trial period. They see if he fits the system, if he fits Serie A, and if he performs, the paperwork is already done. The cost is capped.
It's the preferred mechanism for risk management, especially for clubs dealing with financial fair play constraints. They need help now, but they can't afford that big upfront payment in January.
The loan defers the cost.
It kicks the can down the road to the next financial year when their budget's reset. It's a very common accounting maneuver.
Now, if that's the flexible mechanism, let's contrast it with a completely different type of loan we're seeing.
The dry loan.
The dry loan, yeah. We see this with the internal Italian transfer of defender Matteo Palma.
This is a perfect counterpoint. It shows you how parent clubs protect their assets. Udinese is loaning Palma to Sampdoria until June 2026.
Which is a long time, 1.5 years.
A long time, but the deal is explicitly a dry loan. And for the listener, what that means is there is absolutely no purchase option included.
None at all.
None. Sampdoria covers his salary, which is good for Udinese's books, but Udinese retains complete non-negotiable control over his future. They clearly see long-term value in him.
So they're just sending him out for development?
Solely for development in minutes, not as a potential sale. The reports also mention he's signing immediately without a formal medical, which just shows you how pressing the need is for both clubs.
Right. And speaking of defenders on loan, we're also seeing wider interest, right? FC Köln is apparently approaching 𝗪𝗏𝗏 at Bologna.
Who's currently on loan at Como. It just shows how dynamic the market is. A player performing well on loan immediately attracts new attention.
And we also have a Premier League club, Everton, making a move in the Turkish Super League.
Yeah, an official bid for Yusuf Enesiri from Fenerbahce.
And let me guess the structure.
You already know, an initial loan with a 20 million euro buy option. It's the same playbook as the Fiorentina deal, managing the budget and FFP.
The transfer market is basically just a giant negotiation of risk management.
And the loan with option is the most flexible tool in the box.
So now we can shift focus entirely, away from the immediate firefighting to the long-term investment strategy. This is where top clubs, I think, really separate themselves.
Securing the next generation?
Securing the kids who will define the next decade of football. And Inter Milan is a great example. They're not just looking for established names.
No, they're investing heavily in youth. What's fascinating here is the forward-thinking nature of these deals. Inter is finalizing a deal for an 18-year-old center back, Branimir Malacic from Hajduk Split.
And the fee is significant. The sources are suggesting a total package cost of more than 5 million euros.
And for an 18-year-old defender, that's not a gamble. That is a calculated foundational investment.
They must see him as a potential starter within a couple of years.
They absolutely do. They are paying a premium now to acquire a highly rated Croatian youth international because they're essentially paying to skip the future bidding war that would inevitably happen if he broke into Hajduk's senior team.
In the long run, that 5 million could look very cheap.
It could look like a bargain. And this trend isn't just limited to the big European leagues. We're seeing similar moves with the U.S. youth system.
Werder Bremen, in the Bundesliga, signing Ramiz Hamuda.
A 17-year-old defender from the USL Championship side, Birmingham Legion. And this just shows you how global scouting has become.
I mean, Hamuda, despite his age, he already has 16 appearances for his club.
5 starts, and he played in the U17 World Cup. European clubs are now scouting the USL and MLS so deeply, looking for value before the big academies snap these kids up.
We also have another interesting one, Adair Maboud, a former Manchester City youth player.
Right. He's moving from Westerlo to 𝗧𝗏𝗄 on a 4.5-year contract. It's another example of that pipeline, from elite academies into smaller European leagues where they can get first-team minutes.
Okay, so this hunt for value, it leads us directly to two Swedish midfield talents who are attracting a ton of interest right now.
A lot of interest. You have Adrian Lado, an 18-year-old from Hammarby. Como has made an approach, but loads of clubs are keen.
But the real discussion point, the one that really highlights strategic scouting, has to be Benjamin Brantlund.
The 17-year-old from 𝗪𝗂𝗀𝗄𝗏. Yes, and the competition here is fierce, almost entirely because of his contract situation.
It expires in just 1 year.
1 year. And the sources put his market valuation at a shocking figure.
It's estimated at just 150,000 euros. That seems almost ridiculously low for a Swedish youth international.
The sources confirm that valuation is accurate based on his current contract. And that low financial barrier makes him incredibly attractive. Club Brugge is trying to capitalize on it. PSV has contacted him. Ajax was linked months ago.
So for these clubs, it's the ultimate calculated gamble.
It is. The financial cost is minimal. I mean, 150,000 euros is pocket change in the modern market, but the potential upside is enormous. Securing a player like Brantlund is all about intelligence and speed.
And it contrasts so sharply with Inter's 𝗏𝗏𝗏 deal.
Exactly. With 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, they paid a guaranteed premium to eliminate all that uncertainty. With Brantlund, it's a race to get a bargain before he explodes.
So if we pull all this together, what does this all mean? The transfer window is clearly a mix of pressures. On one side, you have these high-cost immediate fixes.
The Kanté push from 𝗪𝗏𝗏.
Exactly. Driven by title ambitions. Or the permanent high-value solution like Raspadori's 25 million euro move. Those deals are about solving problems right now.
And on the other hand, you have the calculated risk-managed investments, deferring spending with the loan with option deals, or these incredibly low-cost strategic bets on teenagers like Brantlund.
And the key dynamic underneath it all seems to be player agency. You know, Raspadori actively choosing his project, and the proactive genius of securing free agents early, like Lazio did with Pedraza.
Clubs are operating on every single timeline at once. It's a massive balancing act, and this raises, I think, an important question for you to consider.
Okay.
When you look at these youth moves, like Inter's guaranteed investment in 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 for over 5 million versus the mad dash Brantlund, valued at only 150,000, how much are clubs truly paying for current confirmed talent? And how much are they simply paying to avoid a future intense bidding war and the possibility of missing out entirely?
A great thought to chew on as the transfer activity continues to rage across Europe. Thank you for joining us for the deep dive.